Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem, Havrakakwadash, Dumbo, and as of course to the apostle, known as a great millstone, who rule well, honest to the Akim out there doing this work of truth and sincerity. Shalom, of course, to the hopeful let Akim out there, and maybe scattered abroad the four winds, as well as shalom to the 1/3. Real quick, just jumping into it. Don't want to make this, too long and drawn out. But, Most High is laying the groundwork for, Joel, chapter 3. It says, Iraq warns the Middle East is now on the brink of the abyss. Iraq has slammed U.S. airstrikes following Friday's attacks, warning the aggressive strike puts the region on the brink of the abyss. America launched missiles against more than 85 targets in Iraq and Syria on Friday, including Iranian-backed militias, killing 16 people. And, the big thing about this is, Iraq just put in its billet, if you will, to join the BRICS nations, which, Russia, China, Brazil, India, and so on, and they have, a list of 30 nations that are actually making the move over to join, as well as a number of others. So now you have another situation in the Middle East where you have Western interests here in Babylon, with the Iraqi oil and value that it has there, and natural resources that other natural resources that it may have in Syria and along those lines as well. And then you have of course, the so-called Eastern interest with the BRICS. Yeah, I had somebody at the door. I was going to the neighbor's apartment. Anyways, select you, apartment living for you. But yeah, so you have, both the East and the West, or the BRICS and NATO, if you will, both with strategic interests, in this land. And, even the leaders of so-called Iraq, if you will, the modern day Babylonian, they see the inevitability of continued conflict and continued conflict of interest as well, you see. So they know it's only going to turn into another however many years, if the Lord allowed it, of instability in their country, man. So they see, what's going on, and it's going to only heat up, the Iran and Russia, doing operations, and we don't know how many so-called skirmishes, the Iranian and the U.S. backed proxy forces over there can get in before, the so-called Russian military and American military have to get into it. But, I say all that to say that, the Most High is laying the groundwork for Joel 2 to be had, or excuse me, Joel 3, Salakia. I keep saying Joel 2, Joel 3. So let's read a little bit here in the scriptures, blue letter. So it says, for behold, in those days and in that time when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. So we know it has to be talking about the time we're in now, because we know who the Israelites are. We know who the tribe of, so-called Judah is today, the Negro. So he said, bring again the captivity. So we're talking about a time, that would be, about now. You see what I'm saying? And Jerusalem. So that's the northern kingdom. And you see us, scattered abroad the four winds, and, under the foot of Esau Edom, And it says, and I will gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, or, Yahweh Shaphat, as it said in the Hebrew, the valley of judgment or decision, and will plead with them there for my people. So it's saying the Most High is going to gather all nations, over into this area, man, this contested area of conflict, this hotbed of conflict, if you will, in order to what? It says, to plead with them there for my people, which we just read about in verse 1, and from my heritage Israel. You see what I'm saying? So for his, and when you go into that word heritage, that's, as a matter of fact, let's grab it. And will plead with them there from my heritage, his possession, so his property, his inheritance. So and part of an inheritance goes into a land. That's why I'm saying property, portion, share. So not only is he going to plead with the nations for his people, but also for our land, man. You see, because you heathen, and along with Esau Edom, have had dominion and power and the lion's share of the fatness of the earth for long enough, man. You see what I'm saying? As the scriptures say, how long, oh Lord, how long do the true chosen, the true children of Israel need to, be trodden underfoot, if you will. You see what I'm saying? Scripture says, "Is Judah a homeborn slave?" So there was basically what I'm saying is there was an inevitable clock, if you will, or bounds, as the scriptures say, that Esau cannot pass, because the Most High is not going to allow Esau, esteem Esau to continue to rule this place and his true chosen be trodden underfoot, because this isn't our true purpose, if you will. You see what I'm saying? So what you're seeing happen right now is the Most High laying the groundwork, and he's bringing all these nations into the valley of decision, man. Or as says in the scriptures, the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yahweh man. In the Lashon Kadash, So as Israelites, we don't need to be troubled, seeing this. This is a Yapa thing to see, man. This is something, that should be, making you spiritually, jump for joy a little bit, knowing that, the Most High is going to, and I stress, the Most High is going to, pay back these nations, on behalf, of his people and his heritage, and you're seeing, and you're seeing that what we're preaching is not going by the wayside, if you will. The word of the Most High is not coming back void. You see, the reason what we're preaching is becoming fulfilled is not because it's our words, it's because we're preaching the truth of the scripture. We're rightly dividing the word of truth, and that's why you're seeing it be fulfilled. You see what I'm saying? And as the elders say, the more we continue to bring this out, Abarat Tazai, the more he brings about, the downfall of this place, man, so that, the true order can be established, starting under, of course, his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, man, and that must be stated, So with that, we want to give all praises, Salakia, Abarat Tazai, this was, just a quick cut, edifying video, the Most High is still making these moves. You're seeing these troops deploy to Europe, and so on, and it's going to continue. But I brought this out. This was edifying to you. Want to give all praises, of course, to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Ha Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of this great millstone, of course, who taught us this truth and do rule well. Honors to the Akim out there doing this work, of course, in truth and sincerity, as well as, shalom to the hopeful elect out there, shalom.